The internet. Welcome to Thermodynamics tutorial. This is a made-up question not found in your textbooks. We have a piston cylinder device. We have a spring inside the piston or wrapped around the connecting rod with the piston. So we have the spring constant at 16 kilonewton per centimeter. We're given the formula F is equal to Kx. We are given pressure 1, which is 10,000 kPa. Pressure 2, which is 20,000 kPa. Pressure 3, which is 2,000 kPa. And we have the diameter 1. So that is the large piston. And we've got diameter 2, which is for the connecting rod. In this case, it'll be piston 2. And we want to find the deflection of the spring, so how much the spring is going to be squeezed by. Okay, so this is the diagram that they give us. So step 1, draw your free body diagram, your FBD. This will help you visualize the problem, or at least visualize the forces. Step 2, list all the given values and the unknown. So once again, P1, 2, and 3, and diameter 1 and 2. So that's 10,000, 20,000, and 2,000 kPa respectively. And the same 16 centimeter and 6 centimeter diameters respectively. And we're trying to find the unknown, which is the deflection of the spring. Step 3, find the formula for force, then deflection. So using the free body diagram, we find all the forces. So we've got the force of the spring, we've got force 2, force 3 is equal to force 1. So the sum of forces is what we're doing. From there, we expand out each of the force. So for the spring force, it's Kx, as they've given us the formula for that. So force 2 and 3 is pressure 2 multiplied by area, and pressure 3 multiplied by the change in area 1 minus change in area 2. And for force 1, it is the pressure 1 multiplied by area 1. And then from there, we expand even further. So we can expand the area, which is pi multiplied by diameter squared for all the respective pressures. So for every area multiplied, we've got these respective pressures, vice versa. So for all the pressures, we have all these areas. Okay, so you see the common factors, which is pi divided by 4. So we can factor that out. And when we factor that out, we can then rearrange for x. So here is the final formula. So x is equal to the deflection. So that gives us pi divided by 4 multiplied by k. K is the spring constant. And then in the square brackets, we've got pressure 1 multiplied by diameter 1 squared minus pressure 2 multiplied by diameter 2 squared, and then minus pressure 3 multiplied by diameter 1 squared minus diameter 2 squared. Alright, and then step 4, find the deflection x. We just plug and play the values. So that'll be pi divided by 4 multiplied by 16 kilonewton meters. Why is it kilonewton meters and not centimeters? So kilonewton meters to centimeters is the same conversion for the conversion factor, and we want it in kilonewton meters in order to get the unit in meters. So generally deflection would be measured in meters, and then we're just going to convert that meters into the appropriate size unit. Okay, and then we've got our 10,000 kPa multiplied by our 0.16 meters squared, so that's 16 centimeters converted to meters, and then minus 20,000 kPa multiplied by 0.06 meters squared, so that's 6 centimeters converted to meters, and then you square it, minus 2,000 kPa multiplied by 0.16 meters squared minus 0.06 meters squared, and that will come to 0.000687 meters, and the deflection of the spring is 0.687 millimeters. So roughly half a millimeter in deflection. Okay, so disclaimers, the method is correct. However, I do make calculation mistakes. I encourage you to solve it yourself and see if you get the same answer. Now, before we leave, I highly encourage you to save this video onto your PC just in case this video or channel gets taken down while I follow all copyright laws. Sometimes things just happen. You can do this by using snipping tool. If you're on a Mac, you can use the Mac equivalent of snipping tool. If you don't know how to use snipping tool, follow these steps. So click on the icon in your taskbar. If it's not in your taskbar, go into your Windows search, type in snipping tool, and then once you have it open, click on video option, click on new, left click and drag the rectangle. This is just an example. Hit the start button in snipping tool, wait for the countdown, hit the replay button on YouTube, let the video finish, hit the red square in snipping tool to stop recording, then save your video. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe, share with your friends, because this is a made up question, so they probably won't be able to find it. If you got questions, comments, or you find a mistake in this video, leave it in the comment sections. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to support me, become a member or drop a super thanks. Until next time, see ya.